Very good morning to all. This is Prashant Pandey. The topic for today's lecture is the various types of corruption and their impacts on society. Various kinds of corruptions are prevalent in the society. Among them, the most important kinds of corruption are systematic corruption, sporadic, that is individual corruption, political corruption, grand corruption, and petty corruption. So, first we will discuss what is systematic corruption. As opposed to exploiting occasional opportunities, endemic or systematic corruption is when corruption is an integrated and essential aspect of the economic, social, and political system. When it is embedded in a wider situation that helps sustain it. Systematic corruption is not a special category of corrupt practice but rather a situation in which the major institutions and the procedures of the state are routinely dominated and used by corrupt individuals and groups, and in which most people have no alternatives to dealing with corrupt officials. Some contemporary examples are that of Bangladesh, Nigeria, Kenya, Cameroon, and many other countries. The second kind of corruption is the sporadic or individual corruption. Such corruption occurs irregularly and therefore it does not threaten the mechanisms of control nor the economy as such. It is not crippling, but it can seriously undermine morale and sap the economy of resources. So basically, this kind of corruption is prevalent on individual level, and a system is not involved in such kinds of corruption. It is individual to individual corruption in which a very small section of the society is involved for performance of certain official duties, and in performance of that duty the public officials are demanding gratification in return of their duty from the individuals. The next important type of corruption is the political corruption. Political corruption is any transaction between private and public sector actors through which collective goods are illegitimately converted into private regarding payoffs. Political corruption is often used synonymously with grand or high level corruption, distinguished from bureaucratic or petty corruption because it involves political decision makers. Political or grand corruption takes place at the high levels of the political system when politicians and state agents entitled to make and enforce the laws in the name of the people are using this authority to sustain their power, status, and wealth. Political corruption not only leads to the misallocation of resources, but it also perverts the manner in which decisions are made. Political corruption is when the laws and regulations are abused by the rulers, sidestepped, ignored, or even tailored to fit their interests. It is when the legal basis against which corrupt practices are usually evaluated and judged are weak and furthermore subject to downright encroachment by the rulers. The grand corruption, on the other hand, is a high level corruption which takes place at the policy formulation end of politics. It refers not so much to the amount of money involved as to the level in which it takes place. Grand corruption is at the top level of the public sphere where policies and rules are formulated in the first place, usually but not always synonymous to political corruption. The next type of corruption is the petty corruption. Small scale bureaucratic or petty corruption is the everyday corruption that takes place at the implementation end of politics, where the public officials meet the public. Petty corruption is bribery in connection with the implementation of existing laws, rules, and regulations, and thus different from grand or political corruption. Petty corruption refers to the modest sums of money usually involved and has also been called low level or street level to name the kind of corruption that people can experience more or less on daily basis in their encounter with public administration and services like hospitals, schools, local licensing authorities, police, taxing authorities, and so on. Now, what effects the corruption causes on the society and on individuals? The impact of corruption on developing countries cannot be overemphasized. The results are often disastrous. The occurrence of corruption in large scale reflects in many areas of development and is intrinsically linked with underdevelopment. Poor conditions of service, as is the case in many developing countries, open the door to bribery. Corrupt officials often accept substandard quality of service because of kickbacks, thus depriving the country of value added service from contractors and consequently resulting to the implementation of water washed roads or schools. Healthcare facilities remain inadequate and inaccessible because most times drugs meant for especially children and women, particularly in provincial clinics and hospitals, could be easily seen on the shelves of private pharmacies. One of the greatest impacts of corruption normally arises out of the choices and priorities of governments. This occurs when the real development priorities of a country are often neglected in favor of those that generate the greatest personal gains for the decision makers. Here it is clearly evident that many projects have become white elephants and easy route for personal enrichment. Corruption also causes impacts on environment and society. Corruption facilitates environmental destruction. Corrupt countries may formally have legislation to protect the environment, but it cannot be enforced if officials can easily be bribed. The same applies to social rights, worker protection, unionization prevention, and child labor. Violation of these laws rights enables corrupt countries to gain illegitimate economic advantage in the international market. On the side of economic effects of corruption, corruption undermines economic development by generating considerable distortion and inefficiency. In the private sector, corruption increases the cost of business through the price of illicit payments themselves, the management cost of negotiating with officials, and the risk of breached agreements or detection. Although some claim corruption reduces cost by cutting bureaucracy, the availability of bribes can also induce officials to contrive new rules and delays. Openly removing costly and lengthy regulations are better than covertly allowing them to be bypassed by using bribes. Where corruption inflates the cost of business, it also distorts the playing field, shielding firms and connections from competition and thereby sustaining inefficient firms. Corruption also generates economic distortion in the public sector by diverting public investment into capital projects where bribes and kickbacks are more plentiful. Officials may increase the technical complexity of public sector projects to conceal or pave the way for subdealings, thus further distorting investment. Corruption also lowers compliance with construction, environmental, or other regulation, reduces the quality of government services and infrastructure, and increases budgetary pressure on the government.